Guys, good morning. I'm Kimberly Jolly from Fat Quarter Shop FlossTube. Super excited to be here today and to show you our brand new Merry Mistletoe Lane that is going to release on July 3rd. And so we had a lot of fun with Mania and doing the PDF that released every Friday, so we thought we would do the same thing. So this is Mistletoe Lane. The very top is your first section. So this is a PDF that you would buy, and if you buy it today, you would get just the thread requirements and what you need, so you have time to get your supplies. And then each Friday in July, I'm going to stitch along with you and show you this. And Priscilla from the Real Housewives of Cross Stitch was so nice, and she finished this for me. This is a Hobby Lobby frame. We can link to it in the description box. And I did get some questions on this little house and where the house is from. So she got the little house in the dollar section of Target last year. So this is going to be a 5-part series, and I'm going to show you everything that goes with it. And Cheryl stitched this. She used the Weeks Die Works. So this is the little bag that we have, and we have some left. When they sell out, we're going to get some more. They sold a little bit faster than we thought. So this is what you would get today if you signed up, which has all, you know, your fabric requirements, thread requirements, all of that, and then it's kind of blurred out what the design is. And you can choose from either a Weeks Die Works thread pack or a DMC thread pack. I'm going to stitch mine with Weeks Die Works. I think they both are really pretty, and the best thing about this one is the DMC and the Weeks Die Works are really similar in colors. Sometimes it's hard to get a good match, but we were able to on this one. And I am going to be stitching on Overcast 25 count, which is also what Cheryl stitched the model on. If you want to stitch on Aida, our recommended is Touch of Gray 14 count. And you're going to see that one's a little bit darker. This one's darker, so totally up to you. So that's what we have today. Let me know if you have any questions on Mistletoe Lane. I'm super excited about this. I think it's fun to have a PDF to look forward to every Friday, and then it gives you something to work on over the weekend, and it spaces it out so that you can actually finish it. And so that's going to be part of our Jolly July, and I'm going to talk a lot about Jolly July next week. And I'm going to bring all the Jolly July from last year, and I'm going to bring lots of Christmas items to show you, just to inspire you for what you could do in Jolly July with Priscilla and Chelsea and I. But that is Mistletoe Lane. Let me know if you guys have any questions. So from there, we're going to move on, and I'm going to show you some patriotic pieces. So July 4th is coming up, and so I thought it would be a lot of fun to just show you a lot of different things that I've stitched, and Priscilla and Chelsea and Denise and Cheryl, so that you can get some inspiration if you're looking to stitch up for that holiday. So the very first one is Cottage of the Month, July. So I stitched this last year. I used 14 count Lambswool, and I used the called for DMC. And this is a family tree frame. So that was one of my first July 4th finishes. The next one is, this is when I very first got onto Priscilla and Chelsea's Stitching with the Housewives YouTube channel. They were doing a stitch along for Land That I Love, and I decided to join it. And this is a pattern by, let's see, Country Cottage Needleworks. I use 14 count Lambswool, and I just use the called for DMC. And Priscilla and Chelsea, they did theirs with different thread and different fabrics, so you could look at their channel and what they did. So this is Land That I Love by Country Cottage Needleworks. The next one that I did this part of Mania last year. This is Happy 4th of July. It's actually just called, yeah, it's called that. I stitched on Lambswool, and I used the called for DMC. I didn't make any changes, and Priscilla finished this for me. And if you are in the Stitch Quarterly Club, you can look forward to something that is very July 4th. The next one is Quaker Flag. This is by the Stitcherhood. The pattern is by the Stitcherhood. And we did have a kit on this, and we are now sold out, so I'm going to tell you what I used. I used 14 count Vintage Country Mocha, and the red that I used is classic Colorworks Ribbon Red. I used Toasted Marshmallow for the white and Wavy Navy for the navy. And I really like it, and this is finished by Priscilla and Chelsea, and this one, I got this frame, this map at Joann's. So put that down. And then the very next one is Red, White, and Bloom by Country Cottage Needleworks. Denise stitched this one. This one is a quilt kit that it's a cross stitch kit that we offer. So if you're interested in that, we have a kit available. But this is using 10 count by Lori Holt and called for DMC. Actually, our Floss. Sorry. And this is the Hobby Lobby frame. So that is another idea for July 4th. And then we have some newer stuff. So that's kind of the stuff that we stitched last year, and now I'm going to show you some newer things that are available in our shop. The first one is Long May She Wave by Stitching with the Housewives. This is a new pattern company, Priscilla and Chelsea. And this is their finish. So this house is from Walmart, and I know a lot of you have finished a lot of the houses on all kinds of different things. So this is Long May She Wave, and I've seen a lot of people stitching it, especially on Instagram, and a lot of people changing the color of the truck. So I'm hoping to be able to stitch this one eventually. Super cute. So this is Priscilla's piece. And then some other things are with hands-on design. Priscilla has a pattern called Liberty. I'm going to actually just point to these and then we can zoom in. Can we do that? Okay, we'll do top cam. So this is Liberty, and this is a chock-full pattern by Hands-on Design. It's super cute. And so I have mine finished, and I'm going to send it to Priscilla. Oh wait, no, I haven't started it. See, that's how good I am that I can't even remember what I've done. I sent the last one though. And then they have some new PDFs that they have on our site. This is Stars and Stripes. Old Glory. Look how cute they are. This one is USA. I'll put these back. And home. And so these are super cute. They're smaller designs, lower priced PDFs that you can get at our site. And there's something where you could do either a big, long, tall banner, vertical or horizontal with all of the designs, since they're similar designs. Another new one is Salmon Liberty by Priscilla and Chelsea, and I will just put it on the table. That's easier. Much easier. I should have done that the whole time. So this is Priscilla and Chelsea's piece. I'm not sure if Priscilla stitched it or if Chelsea stitched it or who finished it, but it's amazing. And I love, it's hard to see, but like the eyebrows just really, I think the eyebrows are so cute. And of course there's chickens. And then the very next thing is I did want to show you the Liberty Chock-full. If you're in the club, this shipped to you last Friday. And these are the colors in the kit. So that's super exciting. And then another pattern that we have that's been one of the most popular patterns from Needlework Market is called Memorial Day, and it is by Hands On Design. And this is the Sulky Thread, and you can buy the Sulky Thread pack. And here is the piece. It's so beautiful. So Kathy was so nice to let us borrow it. And it is stitched on linen. There are some specialty stitches on top of the flag, but I think this would not only be appropriate for Memorial Day, but also July 4th. And then I have some other things. So this is July Trucking Along, and this is where I'm at on it. So I did work on it just a tiny bit. So a little bit more, maybe 30% done. So this is Priscilla and Chelsea stitching with the Housewives, Trucking Along Club. And so I have started June and July. And that is kind of where I'm at on that. The next one is two things that I worked on during Mania. This one is the flag, and I haven't ironed it yet, but this one I am going to be mailing to Priscilla today. And then Flag of Stars by Bent Creek, I also finished that one in Mania, and I'm going to send that to Priscilla also. And then there's a third one that I started and I haven't finished it, so I will show it to you when I finish it. And then this next one I absolutely love. So this is a brand new pattern to us. It is an older pattern by Pine Mountain Designs, but we're gonna start carrying their stuff, and it is so cute. It just came in last week, and it's called Liberty Typography. And if you want just a little tease for July, I am going to be working on the Christmas typography and telling you all the colors next week. So Cheryl got this last week, and she got the brand new 32 count fabric flare Americana stars, and then she is using Weeks Dye Works Red Rocks, Whiskey, Linen, and Blue Heron, and Classic Colorworks Blacksmith Blue. So it looks like she's just got a little bit more. She's just got the flag, the bottom, and then a little section here. Super fun. I think that looks great, and I'm really happy to show that since you guys have asked what you think would look good on that. Okay, so now we can take questions. Ashley is running live stream today, so if you haven't heard Lily, that's why. It's her first time running it, so she's gonna just pop the questions up for me to ask. Yeah, she's just gonna read them now. Technical difficulties.
Okay, so Sunshine Girl 74 is asking, how does Sulky compare to DMC?
So I've actually never used Sulky. It, from what I understand, some people love it, and it comes where it's already, you don't have to separate it. So let's see. So like this is the strand, and you don't separate it, you just stitch. So you couldn't do the loop method with it because it's just you use one strand, or do you use two strands? One strand. I've never used it. I will say, based on, I'm in a lot of groups on Reddit about cross stitch, and a lot of people on Reddit typically like it. I've never read anything bad about it, but I've never tried it.
Okay. Amanda Edens is asking, will you please do a fabric of the month for 32 count?
Maybe. We have a lot going on. So we're kind of working on, in the beginning of July, we're going to start working on adding a few more clubs. But until then, we're not doing anything until July.
Chris Holacek, and I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing anyone's name, wants to know if there's a 14 count Aida alternative for Mistletoe Lane.
Yes, and so that was the touch of gray, which, is it over here? Oh, it's right here, sorry. Haha, right here. So this is the 25 count, and this is the 14 count equivalent. And we just looked at a lot of the grays and thought that this touch of gray would look great, which is the Witchell. And I think that was in, if you are in the Witchell Club, it was one of your shipments. So if you're in that club, you already have it.
Amy Boynton wants to know if there's any news on an Aida alternative for the Prim series.
Samples are being shipped to us today. So we will show that next week. We'll put it on the agenda for next week, and we will show it next week.
Angela Stoutinger asks, can we get an item number for the house frame?
We can post it. We'll post it in the description box. The house frame, though, is Walmart. I'm not sure that there was a number on the back of that, to be honest. On the Walmart one, I'm not sure if there was a number on there.
Megan 1972 wants to know, when does the Stitch quarterly subscription ship this month?
Tomorrow. And it's right here.
Aw, Lori Holt said good morning to me. Good morning, Lori. Eileen Jackson likes your new glasses.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm so excited that I can see. Oh my gosh, it's just amazing that I can see. It's really funny though, because I got my new glasses and then Emma put them on and she was like, "You are so blind." I was like, "Yeah, I really am." So.
Pam L asks, would a beginner be able to finish Mistletoe Lane by this Christmas?
Oh, for sure. Yes. Cheryl, who's an advanced stitcher, though, she stitched that in like a week, maybe. It was easy. But the best thing about doing the PDFs the way that we're doing them is there's no shipping, and it spaces it out for you so that you can work on it all during the week. And so for Jolly July, if you just wanted to do Mistletoe Lane and that's it, that would be great. I'm going to show you next week everything that I've put together and my plan. I'm going to do it similar to Mania, where I work on something each day, but I'm still getting all my supplies together. I'm almost done. So that's going to be next week, and I'm going to bring in all my Christmas stuff. I'm going to get Cheryl to bring in all her Christmas stuff. Priscilla and Chelsea, if you want to mail me any Christmas stuff. Lori, if you want to mail me Christmas alphabet. So we can show all of the Christmas stuff, just so that you can decide what you want to do, because you shouldn't stitch something just because I do. Just do something fun.
Shirley Quinn asked, do you have a video on making those project bags? I made one, but my lining didn't turn out quite right.
So I do not have a video on this type of project bag yet. This bag was a gift to me for my birthday from Priscilla and Chelsea, and Layla Mae Designs made it. So I haven't made one of these, but I did do a whip bag, but it has vinyl in it. And you can tell they use like a fusible in here to keep it stiff so it's not floppy.
Okay. And then we have a couple people saying thanks to people in our customer service. Gail Stale says, thanks to Sue and customer service. I'm all set up to sew this in July. Thanks, Sue.
Yay! Thank you.
And then we had another one from Julia Kolb. She says, wanted to say hi and thanks to Teresa from customer service for all her assistance. You guys are the best.
Oh, awesome. So I was going to show you a couple of other things that I've been working on. So this one, I'm going to do the upper camera, and this one is the Stitch series from Lori Holt. This is going to be a brand new pattern club that starts in July. This is part one. I'm stitching them individually, but Lori is stitching it as a whole piece. So all that information is on our site. I just wanted to show you this is part one. Part 2 I finished last week and mailed it to Lori because she's going to finish it. And I was going to give you a little tease of Part 3. So I did get to work on it last night. So I got a little bit more done. So this is just a little bit of a tease of Part 3 with a little bit more stitched. I'm going to finish this probably by Friday. I'm going pretty fast on these so that I can send it to her and she can finish 2 at one time. And then this is her brand new sheep needle minder. And this is a brand new Prim bag that will be coming out in July. So that's one thing I worked on. And then another thing I worked on is a little surprise. I worked on this all weekend. Oops, I can't show the whole thing. So this is a tease of the colors. So I'm super proud of Denise and I. We picked the colors for this. So we're putting together, like I talked about, a club. And it's gonna, oops, I want to show the back. Hold on. It is going to be stitched on Farmhouse 10 Count by Lori Holt, and we are going to be taking a pattern from a certain designer, and we're going to be, I don't want to say too much, but we're going to release it in a couple months. But I just wanted to let you know we're stitching on that just to get the colors right. And it's going to be something totally different that we've never done and any other store has not done. So it's going to be super exciting. So let me know if y'all have any questions before I move to all the other stuff.
Enola G. Tulis, sorry if I butchered your name. What size did you cut your fabric for the Snow Village?
I bought the fat quarter from our site, and I basically just serged it. I don't think I cut it down at all. So I just bought the petty point on gray and just 14 count or 18 count, right? Yeah, 18 count, and I didn't cut it down at all.
Mary Fowler asks, is there any information out of how to put all of Snow Village on one piece?
Okay, so if you go to Country Cottage Needleworks website, they show you how to put it together and where the placement is. It's one stitch apart. And I haven't finished mine, but when I finish it, I am going to frame mine with a glass. Not all the pieces are out yet. I'm sure that Country Cottage Needleworks will show hers finished and everything when they're done. And I did want to remind you on this piece right here, we have a video where Priscilla and Chelsea show you how to finish on this. And so if you're like a beginner and you're wanting to finish some things like Priscilla, we have this video on our channel.
Katrina E. asks, what day of the month will the Prim series ship?
The 5th.
Ruby Lockwood Designs is wondering if there's any way we can show how you would cross stitch a pattern that has 2 different symbols in one stitch.
I don't ever do patterns like that, so I don't have any experience with that. Oh, I do beginner stuff. That's way beyond my expertise, I would say.
Susan Price says, good morning, Kimberly. How about some stitching with the Housewives shirts in pastel colors?
Oh, I don't know. We were going to work on a shirt for them, but they're not very pastel people, so I'm not sure pastel will be on the docket. But yeah. We're kind of not working on producing anything like that, just like right now, just because the place that we get our bags from is doing masks right now, so they can't do anything else right this minute.
Jill Farrell says, the Feels Like Home PDF on the website, is it the entire pattern?
Yes, now it is the entire pattern since Mania has finished, so if you purchase it, you will get the entire pattern all at once.
MJ says, I'd like to stitch the Quilter's Cottage on 14 count Aida. What color would you recommend? Thank you.
Vintage Country Mocha by Lori Holt.
And Elsie Rojas says, where can I find the list of threads that Lori uses in her Christmas alphabet from Prairie Schooler last year?
We have a thread pack. Is it sold out? We have a thread pack, and we're looking real quick. But we'll make more. Oh no, we're not going to make more on that one. Okay, we'll have to list that somewhere. Maybe email Denise at fatquartershop.com and she can just copy and paste the information to you.
And last question, Sonia Fiss asks, can you suggest a chart for the summer khaki fabric?
What is summer khaki? Is it green? Summer khaki. It's a little bit dark, so I would just try to do something that does have a lot of white in it. I think any of these July 4th, in fact, I think this land that I love would look good on it because this white would, the white border would really pop out. So I'm going to show you a couple other things that we've been working on. So the very first one is Izzy Decaying by Cheryl. So she stitched this. This is a Silver Creek sampler design. We are currently sold out of the pattern. It is on order, so hopefully it'll come in stock soon. She stitched it on 32 count from her stash, and it's super cute. So hopefully it'll be back in stock soon. We also have some new things. This is the pattern that we had shown earlier by Stitching with the Housewives, and we have a thread pack now. So the thread pack is in stock. And then we have a couple other new patterns. So like, for example, this Patriotic typography, she has a couple of different ones. This is the Valentine, Summer, Christmas. This might be part of my Jolly July. I'll show it next week. Spring typography. So those are just some cute ones that I thought, they're older patterns that I just love, and so I think we'll be doing a lot with these and just kind of bringing them back. And then some other new patterns that we have are by Shannon Christine, and they're July 4th themed, and there's 2 of them. So that's what we have that's new. So let me know if you guys have any other questions. Today our flash sale items are burlap cloth and Where Liberty Dwells by Hands On Design. So these are our flash sale items for today. But I'm happy to answer any other questions. Next week we're going to be going over Jolly July, and just like today where we did a lot of patriotic prints, we're going to be just showing stuff that we've done to inspire you to see what you want to do for Jolly July so that you can stitch along with us.
Edna Bennett asks, what are the little square boards that you take out of the project bags?
So these are little, these are design boards. They are, you can buy them from us. They are by Lori Holt. And actually the whole table is design boards. The whole table is stacked with them. That's how we divide everything. But for example, in this one, I have 2. This one is 10 inches. And this is the brand new Biddy board that is 7 inches. And I don't know why I have 2 in one bag, but I do. So what I do is when I'm stitching, I keep I have like a little lap desk from Michael's, and then I put this there, and then this, I'll keep my scissors and my, this is my needle, and I don't know why I have the second one in there, but I do. You don't need 2, but I don't know why I have 2 in here. So, but also if you want to make your own, that is one of the very first videos we did at Lori Holt's house years and years and years ago. I look so different if you go back and look at that video, but you can make them yourself, and we have a video on how to do that on our Fat Quarter Shop quilting channel, or you can buy them pre-made, and they have a little bit of batting on them. So also another thing that you can do that I do frequently is, and one of them actually have a couple needles in it. Not in, it's at home. But you can put your needle in there like this because it's batting. So you can easily find it. So that it's got batting, and then the back is just like a board that you get at like Michael's. I can't remember the name of what the boards are called. But they're 1/4 inch size.
Rafael Guy asks, can you show the...
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. No, you're fine. Sorry.
And Denise said it's called foam core board. Sorry.
You're fine. Rafael Guy says, can you show the God shed his grace piece again?
Yes. It's really pretty. So you can tell that it is stitched on a linen, and it is really small. It's got to be 32 or 36 count. Thirty-two count. Does it say color?
Antique white Belfast.
32 count antique white Belfast. It's really pretty. I would love to make this piece. And the little stars, they're not even stitches. Those are just white from the fabric.
Tina Rutan asks, if I only got halfway done with the Bloomtopia cross stitch, are the patterns for the stitch along still downloadable, or do I have to buy the whole pattern?
So Bloomtopia is our awesome Make-A-Wish cross stitch along. Do we have it here? Mm-hmm. I can show it real quick. That pattern will be free forever on our website. We do ask for a donation to Make-A-Wish that we can put a link in the box below. This is the chart. And we were, if you want to see, we can put a link. We got to be featured with Avery on CBS Austin News Monday morning, and Avery was our first wish granted for this year. And you get to meet her mom, and pictures of her brother, her dad, and to see actually what she was able to do on her wish trip. So if you're interested in seeing that, but we're trying to get to 50,000, so we're about $1,700 short of that. So, but that will stay forever on our website, just like all of our previous charity events do. They always stay there free forever.
Diane Clay says, Shannon Christine has a pattern July 1st for Canadian Stitchers. Do you carry that? Many thanks.
We didn't buy that one, sorry.
Gwen Smith asks, how big approximately would the Christmas village be on 14 count Aida? I think they mean Snow Village.
Oh, Snow Village. On 14 count Aida, the full piece, Denise will look it up because we got to go to Country Cottage Needleworks to figure out the size, and we'll do the math and let you know. It'll take about a couple minutes. Let's see. Okay, so the stitch count is 111 by, oh no, it's not. It's 223 by 185. So 223 divided by 14. That would be 16 inches by 185 divided by 14. So it would be about 13.25 by 18 if you put it all in one big piece.
Jacqueline Johnson made a nice comment. They said, your nails look great, Kimberly. Is your daughter helping with that?
Oh, yeah, no. So Texas opened back up, and I get them done every other week.
Jill Messenheimer asks, did Kimberly do Fiber Talk?
I did. So I recorded that about a week and a half ago, and I think it'll come out next week. He hasn't contacted me yet to tell me the exact date, but I will definitely let you know. Because I was so excited that he emailed to ask me to be on there, because I listened to that. So Fiber Talk, it is a podcast, and they post, I think, 2 or 3 episodes a week, and it's just all about cross stitch, embroidery. Sometimes he has people that do hardinger and like really complicated stuff. So the fact that he asked me was a huge honor.
Hannah Mansfield says, I did watch your video on making your own design board and made one. It's super easy.
Yes, yeah, it's so easy. The only thing about doing it is I cannot be trusted with a hot glue gun. And I just remember the first time, before we ever sold them, I had to make my own, and I just remember hot glue everywhere. So I just can't, like, I just cannot be trusted. I don't know. I just feel like, oh, it always needs more glue. It does not always need more glue.
Philip, I'm sorry, I'm going to butcher your last name. Tomarchio says, Kimberly, huge fan. You got me started in quilting and made me and my wife happy. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So we do have some people asking about Jolly July and where it originated. So Jolly July, we were at Chili's. Priscilla, Chelsea, and I were at Chili's, and we were like, what can we do to celebrate Christmas in July? So we came up with Jolly July, and you can do whatever you would like with it. The first year what we did was just ornaments. So Priscilla and Chelsea did some ornaments, I did some ornaments, and I made so many ornaments that I don't need any more ornaments. So this year I'm going to do something similar to Mania, where I take a couple, 3 or 4 pieces. I'm going to take 3 new pieces and stitch them on different days of the month, and then I'm going to take 2 pieces that I was already doing in Mania and bring them forward, so that it just kind of keeps me going, working on stuff. Because with Mania, it's really good. It really kept me going. I've noticed since Mania has ended, I haven't stitched as much, and so I really like that motivation to keep going. And so Jolly July will really be good to get me back on track.
Gwen Reimer asks, is the Woodshop Club continuing after June?
Yes. So on that, we just have to put colors. I think we've picked some. We just need to update the site. And we kind of pick those 3 to 6 months at a time. So Denise will update that today.
JaxB82 says, any chance of maybe getting a 25 count black fabric and some of Priscilla and Chelsea's designs? I don't like stitching on Aida and have to switch it out of every kit.
So there is 25 count black being made by Lori Holt. Denise can email Riley Blake today, and we can look at the date on when that's coming. But it is a black. It's called Blackboard. I think it's probably coming July, August.
PB Krill asks, will Kimberly's Snow Village DMC thread pack be back in stock in time for Jolly July? Second choice, please.
Email Denise at factquartershop.com. She'll look at that today and let you know. So what's going on with DMC is, obviously, you know, they're based in France and their distribution center is in New Jersey. Both cities that they're in were hit hard by the coronavirus. They're not at full capacity. So we get DMC as we get it. And so the only reason we're out of any of the packs is not because we haven't ordered anything. It's because there's a couple colors, like 702. It's used in almost all of Lori's thread packs. 702 is nowhere to be found. You can't get it. So so there's just a couple colors. Like, a lot of it we have most of. It's a couple colors that we just don't have, so we can't complete the thread pack. So she can look into that and then see. We did place another order because we can get DMC from 4 places, but all 4 are out of that one color. And I think that might be one of the colors in that pack.
Sunshine Girl 74 says, Kimberly got me back into cross stitching. I didn't know how much I've missed it.
Aww.
And thank you to everyone who's been really supportive in the comments.
Aww. Awesome. So great job, Ashley, her first time doing this. We will be back next week, and next week we're going to have a whole lot of Christmas to show you. I hope that I inspired you in some way today. I would love for you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I will see you next week. Can I just leave all this?